everyone. It's a cold February morning. This is the 8:30 Walnut Lodge Yoga Flow, the Volant location. This is the end of our 4-week intensive. Next week we'll be taking a week off, and then we're going to do another 4 weeks of an interim turn, since I can't really figure out what the new rules will be. So a little bit different schedule. It'll be up probably by Monday, same time slots. This will keep going, but next week no classes at all. So today I'm going to do a little bit of a kickback version of one of my favorites. I hear Corey's voice in my mind saying no sun salutations, but I don't see her here, so we'll see. We'll see if I'm doing this for nothing. But I know that the people that have been at the studio doing the in-person classes are, kind of tired. All right, so today you're going to need a block, definitely a strap. The bolster I have sitting here, I don't know if I'll get to that or not. And then some of you might need like a small towel or a small blanket for just kind of propping in positions. But we'll see.
Millie's here.
Who, Millie's here?
And Lisa.
Oh, hey Lisa. Hey Lisa. Hey Millie. Good to see you guys. Thanks for being here. And then I see Babs is here too. All right. Okay, so we're going to start just in a nice extended child. So reach the arms forward. And then the idea here, really, our goal is to just open the armpits as much as we can.
Corey's here too.
Corey is there. All right, Corey. All right, relax the armpits. Yep, a little sore. Couple big inhales here. And then inhale, come on up, tuck the toes, press back, knees soft, shift your weight to your right leg, press through your heel, drop your head, push away from your hands, just see what that feels like, stretch that calf. And then shift to your left leg, pushing through. Press through both, and then we're going to pull our right knee down, creep that left leg back, parallel leg, and then we're going to come down onto our elbows, and we're going to roll. So we're taking couple inches to the inside, couple inches to the outside. Just keep relaxing over as you just roll that hip socket. Feels good. Really just trying to get nice and deep into that joint. And then roll over onto your left thigh. Relax your left shoulder. Let your head bend to the right. Actually, not your head, your spine. You can look to that right leg. Your left hip is opening. And I'm letting go of my left shoulder. And I want you to breathe into that lower side. That left side. You can feel the stretch through your quadratus. You can feel the stretch in the serratus. So if you've been doing the foundations intensive, you know, we've done a lot of arm work, a lot of upper back work. So you might feel a little sore there. Couple more breaths here. You might feel your hip flexors stretching. Just a little bit here on this side. It's not really a big hip flexor stretch, but it is a bit of a stretch. Couple more breaths here. And then roll through. Relax your torso down as you go over the leg. And then just right sit bone down and hang here. Left elbow down so that your chest is square. And then just keep releasing. Head towards the floor. Breathe. Really deep hip flexion. And then roll back through. Come up onto your hands. And just lift your chest. Do a couple of nice big breaths here. Maybe creep that left knee back. Just a little bit of a hip stretch. You know, these kind of stretches, they're not going to increase your flexibility, but they're going to allow you to release into what you already have. So we've been working really hard. This doesn't push anything, but you know, you might be a little stiff. So this is a really good way to get rid of stiffness. Now tuck that back toe under, and we're just going to push back to that down dog. And press through your heels. Couple breaths. And then let that left knee come forward. Stretch that right leg out behind you. And then coming down onto your elbows, same thing. Couple inches to your left, to the outside, couple inches to the inside. Nice and slow. Let your back kind of sink here. Nice and easy. Try to let your exhales release a little bit more of your torso. And then roll to that right thigh. Relax the right shoulder. Sink into that right side. Look to your left. Find that quadratus stretch at the waist. From that hip crest in the back to the ribs. Feel your serratus leave or let go. Relax your shoulder. Breathe. And then we're going to pull ourselves back through that parallel leg and then sit bone down and hang over. And then roll back through the center. Come up onto your hands. Make sure that right knee is creeped back. Lift the chest. And just breathe the ribs forward. Tuck that back toe. Press back to down dog. Push through the heels. Knees together, feet together. And just pull your tailbone towards your face. Get your guts up. Lower to the plank. And then inhale, push back. Exhale, pull. Plank, tailbone lift, inhale, back. Exhale, pull, plank, 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 run, up and back. Exhale, pull, plank, run, inhale, up. You can always put your knees down here. We're doing 3 more. Exhale, pull, plank, run, inhale, push, and back. Exhale, pull, plank, run, inhale, push. Just 1 more. Exhale, pull, plank, run, inhale, up, push, back. Come down to your shins. Sit. Couple big breaths here. That warms me up. I don't know about you. Couple more breaths. All right, taking your hands back behind you, interlace your fingers. Come up onto your knees and then just stretch the arms. Open the chest, drop your chin, breathe. Your chest is going forward and out as the arms are going in and down on the inhale. On the exhale, you're just pushing your sit bones into the backs of your legs. Just let your head drop forward. Just breathing big, opening the chest. Release the arms, come around to the front, interlace, push the palms forward, take them up. So this is the same thing that we do with a strap. Your palms are up, and then we're going to try to pull the fingers open as the arms go back. So we inhale, try to pull the fingers open, arms will go back, chest reaches forward. Exhale, take the sit bones down towards your knees. Just let your head just drop forward. All we're doing is saying hello to this chest-shoulder complex here. Seeing how tight or how loose it is. If you're sore, a couple more. One more. Release it. Come back down to sitting. Chest lift. Swing that right arm across, and then just pull with your left arm. This goes in front, and we're just pulling, just getting a nice easy stretch through the outside of that shoulder. Relax that shoulder down. And release, left arm pull. And release, couple breaths. Then take the hands back. We're going to do just one more round. Interlace, come on up, push them down, roll the shoulders, breathe. This time you can keep your head down or just look straight ahead or to the high corner of your room. So inhale, chest forward and out. Exhale, arms down. Just keep going. Breathing the ribs forward of the arms. And even here, if you try to pull open on your fingers, you feel the shoulder girdle work. And then as you feel that, you feel a little bit more stretch right in front of the shoulder itself, into the chest wall. And release. Take the hands in front, palms forward, take it up. And push out, pull out rather as you push up. Big rib cage, tailbones down. Long back. So if you were here all week with me, you know, this is why we do all that cobra stuff. The stuff underneath the chair. Can you know, go into a somewhat of an arch here, a lift, an extension, and still ground that pelvis by driving the sit bones and pulling the stomach up so that you feel like your low back is always supported. Couple more. And release. Come to sit. Let the shoulders go. Feel quite a bit better. Breathe. All right, now I'm going to just change my mat angle slightly because I realized that this first part is just all square on, and it'd probably be a little better if you saw just a little bit of the side, but the last part is all just square. So I'm going to turn just a little bit. Yeah, I think that'll do it. All right, so if you have a really good hero, You don't need to do this. But if you don't, like me, then we're going to tie our knees together. Leave a space for a fist, or when you sit down, it'll be too tight. And then, you know, open your heels so that you're going towards the hero, sitting towards the floor. All right. Take your block and put it out here. Now this is where the bolster might be used. If that's going to be too low, you can put the pillow here, because what we're going to do is interlace our fingers, turn the palms forward, and then we're going to stretch our armpits down. Kind of like using the couch this week, just giving yourself a resistance here so that you can let your armpits kind of go down a little further. So that can be used, and actually that was a nice stretch. But if you can, put your hands on the block, and we're going to do the same thing. So you're a little bit lower, it's not so much of an armpit stretch. What it is though, is you can feel the fold of your pelvis push out on that strap, and see if you can feel your pelvis forward tilt, anterior tilt through the legs, making that angle a lot tighter at the hips. And then inhale, push off. So we're going to come up to about a 45. 45 at the hips. So push out on that strap, roll the pelvis down, pull your belly up, push out through your hands. Keep your arms by your ears. Keep your belly up, it should be getting pretty warm. Now we're going to push up. Pull the arms back. So this is where we were on the warm-up. Now what you're going to do is you're going to try to tilt that pelvis underneath a little bit more. So push out on the strap or squeeze your knees together and tuck under. And then just keep lifting the chest. Don't let go of your stomach. So pubic bone is pulling to your spine, and you're just lifting the chest, reaching back, looking up if you can. Now you can keep going here. Reaching yourself to horizontal, getting those pelvis bones forward. Keep tucking under. Then release that, come to vertical. Now we're going to go back down. Pull the sit bones back. Nice flat back. Breathe. Squeeze the knees together. Inhale. Exhale, pull in. Now we're going to put our palms together, elbows together. And we're not going to be sitting on our heels. We're going to tuck under and lift our pelvis up off of our feet. So we're going to tuck under and then come all the way up. Elbows together. Now on the way down, you're going to push your arms up as you tuck your pelvis under. This is exhale. Don't sit all the way down. This is all quad. Inhale up. Exhale, pull. Keep squeezing the elbows. Inhale up. Exhale, pull. Squeeze the elbows. As you squeeze the elbows up, exhale, pull. Your upper back is stretching and your pecs are working. Inhale up. Exhale, tuck under. Inhale up. Exhale, tuck under. A couple more. Inhale up. Exhale, tuck under. Inhale up. Exhale, tuck under. Here's the last one. Inhale, release. Interlace the fingers. Turn the palms up. Shoulders down. Now stretch your chin away from your hands. Tailbone down, stomach lift, chest lift. Breathe. Now, let yourself tilt back. Feel the quads work. Don't go into the low back. It's a tilt. Or you can rotate at the pelvis, right? And if you can, your head can go to the floor. I can't do that anymore. Keep tucking under. Hold it. Then inhale, come back up to vertical, arms up. Release the arms, take them back, interlace. Stretch them to straight. Now we're going to inhale the back of the neck up to the ceiling. Exhale, tuck your chin. Curling down. Inhale the upper back up. Exhale, a little bit of a curl. Inhale, middle back up. Pull your stomach. Still do not bend at the hips yet. One more up. Feel your pelvis pulling towards your face. Feel that low back go long. Stretching. Inhale, push the waist up. Exhale, curl some more. Keep going. You have to curl your torso. You have to forward flex the torso. So you'd like to get your head as close to your knees as you can. Going all the way down. Push up. Now if your hands can't do that, grab your strap. And hold on. A little bit of weight on the head. Push. Yoga Mudra. If you can roll to the crown, you get a nice neck stretch. Release the arms. Release the feet. Sit back. Grab a hold of the heels with your hands and then flatten your back out. Just working on that fold of the hips a little bit more. Keep the extension in that upper back. Now push up to vertical. Now if you can push to camel from here, then keep your hands on your feet and push to camel. If you don't have camel, grab your bolster, put it right here underneath or on top of your calves, right? First sit back, tuck your tailbone under, and then just let the quads stretch. So for some of you, that's it. Keep that low back nice and straight. People in camel, same thing. Keep driving your sit bones down through your legs, lifting your chest up. Other alternate for people on the bolster. Come on up. Tuck your tailbone down. Reach your hands back to the bolster. Sorry. And then push your chest up. Tailbone still working. Just a little bit of weight on the hands. Look up. And then push back up. Take your hands, interlace your fingers. Take your thumb, put it right above your pubic bone. And then what we're going to do is fold over our hands, and we're going to let the hands go into our guts. Now you need to take your head to the ground or move this block forward and start there. You want everything to relax. Release that. Hands down. Tuck the toes. Press back. Down dog. Breathe. And then come back down to child pose. I have to blow my nose. Roll yourself up. Grab that block again. Interlace your fingers. Palms forward. We're going to do that whole thing one more time. It's always easier the second time. So just drop down through the hands. Breathe. Push up. We don't hold these as long as that first round, so just try to get into position and just work it. Squeeze the knees, pull the pelvis back. Inhale, push yourself up. Tailbone down. If you have a strap, here's where you want to push open on the strap. It's easier to get the sit bones down and feel that rotation at the hip sockets. Chest lift, going back. Or staying here. Keep your head up, drop your head down, look up, or try to imagine that your upper back and your arms are going parallel to the ceiling. Coming up to vertical. Inhale. Exhale, lowering to a flat line. Keeping the arms by your ears. A lot of back work here. Folding into the hips. Inhale, exhale, tuck under. Palms together, elbows together. And then inhale up. Remember, we're not sitting down. We are just tucking. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, up. Exhale, squeeze. Quads are easier on this round. Inhale, up, squeeze, exhale, tuck. If you want more quad work, lean back further. Inhale, up, exhale, tuck under. Inhale, up, exhale, tuck under. Inhale, up, squeeze, exhale, tuck under. And then inhale, release all the way up. Feels good. Interlace, palms, chest lift, throat back. Pull open on those hands. Stretch your throat. Tuck your tailbone. Now, let yourself go back as far as you can. Head to the ground if you can. And inhale, pull yourself up. Release. Take the hands back, interlace. Stretch them to straight. Inhale. Now we're going to curl all the way down. Remember, we're curling. Yoga Mudra. Release the hands. Sit back. Hands on your heels. Flatten out. Inhale, come up to vertical. Exhale, push up to camel or grab your bolster for the assist. So camel, chest lift. Pelvis forward, breathe. Push up. Now, this time we're going to take our hands, going to make claws, and we're going to put them right underneath the rib cage. So starting at that medial point, you're going to take your fingers, claw, and then as you exhale, you'll be able to scoop your fingers on the inside of those ribs, and then you're just going to kind of move them back and forth to diaphragm release. So you need to put your head on something, either the floor or that block. Inhale, scoop the fingers, and then exhale over. Release. Roll up, unstrap yourself if you're strapped. Hands forward. And down dog. Let your bellies go. And come down. So, just going down into reclining hero for a little bit. Now, if you can't do that, grab your bolster, put it right back here behind you, and then go back on that. You can always put a block on top of that if you can't do it. So just leaning back. I'm a little sore today. And then just tuck your chin, roll yourself up. That wasn't very long, just enough to kind of release a little bit into that. Hands forward again. Tuck your toes, and then feel your pelvis lift up, release into the thighs, feel the fingers, drop your head, breathe. And come down. I'm going to come to sitting. All right. So I hope you're all warm. I'm pretty warm. So the rest of this is just lovely, luscious. This is luscious movement. But you have to really, get warm in the hip and pelvis to enjoy this movement. So take your left leg in. Now I'm putting my arch just right underneath my thigh, knee to the side. If this is too much for your knee, you can put your leg out to the front. Just don't stress that knee for no good reason. All right, wherever really. So you're going to put your left hand underneath your ankle and let that right knee drop to the side. All right, then grab a hold of your heel and pull that heel up. That's going to make that knee drop to the side even more, right? And then extend that leg front and point your foot. Why point your foot? Well, when you're pulling your heel, the big toe has a tendency to go to the ceiling, pulling that out, the outside of that leg outside of your foot into a stretch. You don't want that. But if you take your little toe and pull it to the floor, you'll feel the outside peroneal line of your shin kick in. All right, so we inhale, push the pelvis forward, go up the spine. Exhale, push out the leg and pull it a little closer in. Try to keep your back flat. You're just working on pushing out and feeling that space in your hip socket. Of course, everything is stretching. Just breathing up, pushing out. So after that exhale, when you push out, if you can, that's when you pull your leg closer. Don't pull it closer on the inhale. On the inhale, push from your sit bones up your head so that you could feel that continual line getting longer from your sit bones to your head. You're not letting your pelvis rock back. We're going to do that in a second, and then you can see, kind of what the difference is. So just keep stretching. That leg is as straight as you can get it. Now, if you can't get that leg straight, you have a strap. You can always use a strap here, or you can hold on to your calf. But I really like, if you're going to hold on with a strap, try to make sure that you keep this leg rotated out. Because in this stretch series, we try to get, both sides of that hamstring. You got 3 hamstrings. All right, now, you're going to just let your pelvis go a little bit. So you're going to let yourself rock back a little bit, right? And then pull that leg in towards your face. Just pull it in. Pelvis is tucked under. Why are we doing that? Just to relax and just get a little bit more stretch on that leg. Some of you don't need this. Now, release that, bend the knee. We're going to put our hands underneath the shin, and then we're just going to pull our face. If you can, it's kind of nice to put the knife edge of your foot in the crook of that left arm, and then just let that rock. Let your hip relax.
Millie asked, is it okay if the leg is shaking?
Yes, it's okay.
Repeat the question, though.
Okay, Millie wanted to know, is it okay if your leg is shaking? The answer is yes. That's your leg kind of at the end of what it can do, so you could either stay there or back off a little bit. It's normal. It means that, you are working it, right? I always call that embracing your horror. Couple more breaths here. All right, so for people that find no stretch in this particular position, you're going to try to put your foot over your head. But if you feel like, man, there's enough resistance here for me and I'm going to work this, just stay where you are. So if you're going to go over your head, you're just going to pull your foot up and try to get it to your forehead maybe. And then you try to get it back behind your head. Why would you do this? Well, to get a stretch. If you don't have a stretch down where we started, then you have to go somewhere. Couple more breaths. Keep pushing the back of that right thigh with your elbow. That'll help. And then we release that. And we're going to pull this right heel up into our left hip socket into half lotus. And then if you can, push on your knee. If not, just put your hand here and twist to your left. Just easy. We're not trying to jam that knee down to the ground, but some of you will go down to the ground. Just a little bit of resistance, and actually what I like about that is then you can pull your pelvis kind of away from that. Now we're going to release that twist, and we're going to come around to the right. So we're going to twist to the right. You're going to keep your right elbow kind of across from your right hip socket, and you're going to try to get both elbows on the ground. I can get my right one on, I can't get my left one on the ground. So just drop your head, relax your socket, you feel that big stretch across that left hip, and just breathe. But if you breathe consciously, feeling how that breath changes the structure, you can start just releasing into this a little bit more on every exhale. And don't let that left hip socket come up to get that elbow down. Just keep sinking in the torso and keep letting this stretch happen here. And then we slowly come up, pull the knee in, wiggle it, and then take both legs out to the front. And just little knee beats. Okay, they're just little bounces, just really simple, easy, nothing major. Why you do this is because your nerves run through your connective tissue, you know, and those are pretty intense positions. So you want to just let everything loose before we go on to the next one. So we're going to take our left leg back into a half hero. Now, if you're really lopsided, I'm pretty lopsided, I'm going to put something, just a little something underneath my sit bone, but mainly to the side. Because what you want is you just want a little bit of lift on the side so you can drop that hip down. I'm not that lopsided. But why you're lopsided is because, or if you are, it's either a restriction in your pelvis, it could be in your knee. Sometimes people's ankles here, you know, give them issue in the hero. But if you're doing this class, you already know kind of what to do with that. All right, so take that right leg up and grab the outside of it. And then rotate it to the inside and stretch it. Now you can take your other arm and grab the inside if you want. I don't know if I'm going to be able to manage that today. And so the same thing we just did. Inhale, push up. Exhale, push out. Close your eyes and just feel that forward reach of the pelvis and the chest on the inhale. And then just feel the reach of the heel on the exhale. And then if you can, you just pull that foot closer on the exhale. The other thing that I like to do is I like to roll that left thigh in and pull that left hip. Pull the left thigh back into that left hip socket. That'll kind of deepen that position for you, give you a little bit more internal rotation there. Now the same thing that we did on that other side. Inhale, let your pelvis rock a little bit, just a little bit, and then pull in. And then come up, bend the knee. Now we're going to pull that heel back up. To that lotus position, if you can get it there. If you can't get it there, just put it above your knee. Then you're going to twist to your left. Grab a hold of your shin with your hands. Keep pulling that left sit bone down into the ground, and then just let that twist happen. Relax in the torso. I get a really deep position in my left hip, and I need that in that internal position, internal rotated position. And then just breathe here. Now we're going to release that, rolling up, taking these legs to a straddle. Just an easy straddle. And again, a little bit of a bounce. Now, all this internal, external rotation of this thigh, is really good for your socket. And if you keep that heel nice and close like you do, then you get a little bit of that motion in the knee. And the knee does rotate slightly in and out. Not that you want to overstretch that, but you want to just make sure that those tissues don't get stiff, because you want to have some pliability. All right, so we're going to pull this leg back in, right? Going to pull it back in. Now, if that's too much for your knee, let it stay there. This knee in this position just gives you more stretch across the hip. Now, for some of you, you might need this strap. So I'm going to put mine there. Sometimes I need it, sometimes I don't. And put it there before you start. So loop it around your foot. Inhale, push through both sit bones. Exhale, right elbow to the ground. All right? Left arm is going straight out of your chest. Now, you're going to inhale, push your pelvis forward, and then feel that right edge, the lower edge of your rib cage, go forward. So you're going to inhale, push forward, and then exhale, pull that arm. Inhale, excuse me, ribs go forward. Exhale, pull the arm. Inhale, lower ribs go forward. Exhale, you can feel the twist and a little bit more fold on that right side. Inhale, ribs go forward. Exhale, one more. Inhale, push the ribs forward. Exhale, now take that arm up and over. And you're either going to grab your foot or that strap. And you're going to reach your torso underneath while you push that elbow to the ceiling. Breathe. Now you're going to let that go. Inhale, release the twist. Now you're going to pick your right sit bone up and just pull it back. So you're going to square your pelvis to that right leg, reach down, grab your foot, and then just reach your chest forward towards your foot, flattening that line out through the back. Now to come out of this, just push out. And then we're going to take this left knee and open it. And then just allow your torso to hang forward for a minute. You can put your head on something. We're not going to be here too long though. So just let yourself roll forward. And roll yourself up. Now we're going to do that whole thing on the other side. So grab that right foot. Maybe you need a little drink. Pulling that foot in, and that left leg, you're going to grab underneath with your right hand, let that knee drop to the side, take your left hand, grab a hold of the heel, and then extend that leg forward. Point your foot and pull the little toe down. All right? So, same thing. Inhale, you push your pelvis forward and up. Exhale, you push out the leg and you pull it. The other thing is, if you just want to hold the position, but I don't like the word hold, so you get into a position and then you feel the shape of it. And then you just start breathing in that shape. Expanding the breath, expanding the shape a little bit with the inhale, and then just trying to relax inside the shape with the exhale. You have to put your mind somewhere. Put it somewhere in the body and just let it relax. You don't always have to push and pull. I push and pull just with my inhale and exhale. Because if you just feel your body inhale, you feel the lift. If you feel the exhale, you can find the push. All right, now let your pelvis relax like we did on the first side and just start pulling it towards your face. Just nice and easy. We've gotten as much push out of that pelvis as we can after that amount of time. And so now you're just kind of taking advantage, letting that pull in towards your face. One more little pull, and then bend the knee, hand underneath, and then pull your foot. And then let it rock. All right, for those of you that can't, you're going to take this foot and pull it up higher, right? Trying to get it overhead. Breathe. Keep pushing the left elbow into the back of that thigh. One more big inhale. And then release that. We're going to pull the heel up into that half lotus. Put your left hand on your knee. Twist to your right. And just easy push it down. Try to feel the pelvis separating a little bit from the thigh. No strain in the knee. If you feel a strain, then do not push at all. Just twist. Now release that, just the twist, right? And we're going to come around to the left, curl over, breathe. Keep working it. All right, slowly we roll up. Pull the knee in. And then we're going to send both legs forward. And just little beatings. Now that twist really gets you ready for the big side bend at the end. Really trying to use that lotus foot to keep that hip down, while we get into that stretch. And then that also, is that deep line on the other side. All right, so we're going to go into the hero on this right side. So pull that right leg back. Square yourself up. So you can see I don't have a big towel underneath that left side. But, you know, some people might even need the block underneath that. So what you have to just make sure is that heel's on the outside, the calf is folded in, everything is parallel, your knee feels good. Is it stretched? Actually, my knee never feels stretched, but I do feel pulls into my shins on either side. All right, so we're grabbing the outside of the left foot, and then we're stretching it forward, and the ankle is flexed, and the thighs rolling in. You can grab the inside of that foot if you don't have the resistance like I have, and we're just working that heel forward. Inhaling, pushing the pelvis. Exhale, pushing the leg. Now just let the pelvis go. Pull that leg a little closer to your face. And then bend the knee, pulling the heel up to that half lotus, twisting to the right and relaxing down. Trying to pull the inside of that right thigh back and into the socket to get a little bit, to get deeper in the socket, a little bit more internal rotation. All right, inhale, lift up, and we're going to let those legs go out to the side. A little bounce, because we're going to pull that right leg back here for the last bit of this. So if you need that strap, put it around your left foot now. And then take that right leg, pull it in. And remember, if this is too much, just let it go out to the side. And again, the stretch, you'll get a stretch, but you won't get as much stretch in the opposite hip. All right, so arm, push forward off of your sit bones and come up, arms to the side. Inhale, Exhale, left elbow down. And then that right arm is stretching straight out of your chest. So we're going to focus on the ribs, the left ribs, the lower ribs. So you're going to inhale and push that left rib forward and out. And then exhale, pull the arm. Again, left ribs go forward and out. Exhale. Inhale, ribs forward and out. Exhale. Inhale, forward and out. Exhale. One more. Inhale, left ribs forward and reach them. Exhale, take that top arm across, grab the foot or your strap and pull underneath. Breathe. One more big inhale. Exhale, release the twist. Pick your left sit bone up. Pull it back. Square up. Grab the foot and reach your chest, especially that right side of your chest, towards your foot. Left hip is pulling back. You feel the inside of that right thigh. And then you feel your right hip socket. It's pushing towards your foot to keep that square. Inhale, come up. Take that right leg to the side. Little straddle. And then forward, forehead on something. Breathe. push yourself up. All right, we're gonna pull our legs together and just go down into a corpse for a minute. And mainly what you want to do when you lay here is just relax your pelvis. Let it go. All right, big inhale. Reach those arms long and roll to your right side and press yourself up to sitting. So I hope you all enjoyed that. It's one of my favorite series. It can be pretty brutal in a very, very good way. But the end is always luscious. All right, everybody. Remember, no class next week. We start again the 15th. Enjoy this beautiful sunny day. Thank you for your support, and namaste.